I'm Honorable Kennedy, and on behalf of this very formidable team, I wish to invite you onto this presser and make the following intentions clear. This is a movement that has brought together young people of Kenya who are, for the very long time, been speculative, and everyone has never believed that one day Kenya can be transformed by young generation. We have met today, deliberated on many things, which is going to form the beginning of our future engagement in transforming this country. I am going to give each and every one of them to make a few remarks. We have an informed intention and a mission that Kenya must be the state and we must be free from this prison. We are not going to change the prison guards anymore. We are going to break out of the prison. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We have come together to have a conversation with each other, to deliberate and to think together. First, let me make it clear from the very beginning that we come from very different political parties. There are people here from Jubilee Party, there are people here from ODM Party, there are people here who are previously the UDA Party, there are people here from the new PPA Party and the Inject Party. As the party leader of Inject, we've come together to discuss, to have a movement of youthful voices and youthful leaders who can be an alternative to the corrupt government and the crooked opposition. As you see, the state of our country right now is people are trying to look for lesser devils and to try to look for leadership where it cannot be found. They want to replace a problem with another problem. And what we are saying is the problem cannot be the solution to the problem. We as the youth of this country, we have enough votes to be president, to be deputy president, to be member of parliament in all the 290 constituencies, and to win all the senatorial and women rep positions and governor positions in this country. We are not in doubt. And as we are seated here, we've not come to ask for our share at the table. We've come to take the table. So this is now a warning shot to the political class who for a long time has put us in a merry-go-round where we replace corruption with corruption, where we keep jumping from the frying pan to the fire and from the fire back into the frying pan. We are not going to replace the corrupt government with another corrupt leadership. We are coming together as the youthful voices in this country to chart a new path for the youth of this country, and I'm encouraging all the young people that are out there. If you believe that you can be a leader, this is where you belong. Do not continue despising yourself. Do not have a low self-esteem. We are 15 million, if not 16 million young voters. Any position that we want, we can get. We are going to reason together, and we are going to find a path together that crosses cultural differences, ideological differences, and together we are going to move forward. So this is our first meeting. We hope you're not going to ask us for too much on our first meeting because we are still doing leveling, we are still trying to understand each other, we are still trying to understand everybody's journey, what our ideologies are. But as we move together, this is the youth movement that is going to be an alternative option to Kenya and that is going to drain the swamp and replace the corrupt leadership that we have that cuts across from government and even into opposition. Thank you, and that is all for today from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Kasmuel from the Orange Democratic Movement Youth League. And today, this marks the first of many consultative meetings amongst the youthful voices in leadership in our country. And we've gathered here because now more than ever, we have a historic and monumental duty towards each other and to the nation to ensure that we get our leadership right. Part of the things we want to talk about and going forward, we have to just give you a sneak peek. We have to get this issue of corruption in our country right. We have to ensure, and part of the things we will be pressing for in the coming days, and we urge all voices who are interested in these things to come and join us. Victims of police brutality, we shall not take lightly, and we will follow up to the hilt, to the very man. We will ensure that victims of police brutality receive justice. We are also very, very keen on focusing on clinching all these elective seats, because for far too long, When you see young people gathered in front of a camera, we are the ones who stir the water, and then the political class jumps into the water. And I'm saying this knowing full well that I'm in the Orange Democratic Movement. Anybody who stands in the way of progress, of getting justice for police brutality, anyone who stands in the justice for our quest to unearth corruption and thinks of it as a joke, anyone who's playing around with devolution, we will make that an election issue. And that's why we are saying we have put our differences aside and we have gathered here as members of all those parties. This is not a political party. It is the start of consultative meetings to hold this government accountable with a view of capturing power, not in the future, in 2027. The people you are seeing here will present themselves for leadership, and we ask you to work with us. We are tired of you telling us that we are too young. We are tired of you telling us that we have to have a tribal base. Those bases that you're talking about, all of us from the houses we come from, we have found and devised strategies to come together, and we're inviting everybody, including members of civil societies. And I'm here to say, there's this nonsense that people are peddling on social media, where you want to call everybody a project. We are not afraid. We are saying that if you are going to push negativity against the youth, we will resist that agenda. We are inviting everybody, even the ones who have been our biggest critics. We urge you to come and sit at the table and see if what we are saying is wrong, then go and report to the people. If what we are saying is just and right, and we're urging the media as well to not spin the wrong narrative about the youthful voices. Give us the function. The number of people who are driving the media are our age mates. You are the people who are going to change the media. Kazi yenyu cannot just be to find sound bites of us. We believe in you, and we ask you to believe in us, because we must have a very clear generational conspiracy. As a first, nashukuru sana, and I would like to welcome my colleague from the Jubilee Party.
My name is Angel Boothia. I'm the chairperson of the Jubilee Youth League. And I'd like to remind us that being a young Kenyan is now officially in the 1,000 ways to die. There are only 3 things that can happen to you when you're a young Kenyan. You're either abducted, arrested, or killed. Those are the 3 things that we have been reduced to as the young people of Kenya. We are saying no to that, and this is a call to the members of our generation that the youth of Kenya are under siege. We need to come together and say no to a corrupt government and a government that is out to eat us and finish us. We are an endangered species. Members of my generation, they have been massaging us for too long. They were massaging our ankles, we kept quiet. They were massaging our knees, we kept quiet. Now they are massaging our thighs, and we cannot allow them to go any further. We have to be very, very angry. This should not happen. Kenya is going to turn 62 years this year, 60 years after independence, and we are still fighting for freedom like our forefathers did. And as June 25th nears, let us remember not to forget. Let our spirits linger and remember the young people who died on June 25th in 2024. Their deaths must count for something. Their deaths must count for something. Their deaths must count for something. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the press. My name is Maliba Anon. I'm the party leader of Progress Plus Alliance, PPA. Initially, of course, all of you knew me as the communications person a few years, sometimes back. Sometimes last year, a few of us decided to actually leave because we believed in this particular administration. But they promised us heaven and delivered hell. That's not why we are here. Quickly, as you see, this is actually a collection of young leaders who actually realize. This is a collection of young leaders who have discovered that Kenya is making a choice between the devil and the deep blue sea. That now we are talking about the lesser evil. That's exactly how the current administration wants it to actually be. And I need to say this, that you have heard people speak about Kumi Bila Break. You have heard people say that President William Ruto deserves 2 terms. I actually support that the president should have 2 terms. 1 term in State House, and he's already serving it, and the 2nd term in committee. Those are the 2 terms that the president must serve. he is already serving 1 term. The next term that we are glad and we want to actually give it to him is in prison. He should be in prison and not out here. Now, the conversation, the reason why we've come together is so simple. Kenyans have been reduced. There's a reductionist way of doing politics in this country, that Kenyans are being told that you have to choose between 2 evils. That you have to choose and discuss about changing a prison warden. That we're talking about this warden is good and warden B is good, warden A is bad. No one is talking about prison break. We are here to actually announce prison break for the people of Kenya. We are here to actually announce that we are not going to choose between 2 wardens. That is not why we are here. The loyal opposition that you hear led by the former deputy president is just 1 warden. William Ruto is just another warden. And by the way, even if the other side wins, William Ruto will be serving a 2nd term. That is not what we want to actually allow to actually happen out here. So we are here to tell Kenyans that there is an alternative, and we are not young. We are not young. We cannot allow the same thinking that created the problems that we are in today to actually tell us that the same thinking will actually give us the solutions. So ours is very simple. We are starting to work together. We know that we hold ideological differences among ourselves. Politically, we might not agree on everything else, but there are things that bring us together. And that is what we are magnifying. And we want to work together and ensure that we reduce the differences that we have. We are not worried. I need to tell you this as I finalize. You are not going to see the Gen Z movement come back. The William Ruto administration decimated the Gen Z movement. What they have been left to do now is just to argue on social media. That is the best they can do. They cannot come out because they are highly traumatized. They are here, but they wouldn't tell you that. Some of them are here. They abducted people. They beat them up. They actually scattered that particular movement. Those young people are very, very, very traumatized. They can't come back. That is why you've not seen anybody attempt to come outside. They have sold fear, and those young people have bought fear. So the much they can do is actually just back on social media. But we know that movements mutate. A number of them have actually realized that that door is actually closed, and they are coming together to do things differently. So as we go out there, we are not in this business, by the way, to negotiate and talk to anybody else. We will not accept any result that declares William Ruto a winner. We will not accept it. Whether IBC that they actually announced yesterday, we will not accept that result. So long as William Ruto is declared the winner, we will not have a country. Because we cannot have the people who have destroyed this country. We cannot have the very, very people. Look at this. This is a contestant who is actually choosing his friends to go to IBC. We do not have confidence in that IBC because those are William Ruto's friends. Whatever was happening there was simply a PR exercise. They already had sat down and decided. You could tell people with deep political connections, relatives of some of these people, you can tell who and who on that particular list belongs to which side of the political divide. So long as any result shows up and it says William Ruto is the winner, we will not accept. If a result comes out and it says that Rigathi Gachagua is the winner, we will not accept because those people are the same, just the other side of the same coin. We are not going to accept anything that declares any of these legacy politicians the winner. That particular result will be rejected. And we have got so many people we are working with. We have decided to actually just come out because you realize that as a country, even for police, you've heard people talk about the police brutality, the killings of Gen Zs. You now realize that Kenya has got 2 police units. There is a police service that serves the elite. See how they have actually fast-tracked the Honorable, whereas very fast, very efficient. That is a police service. But when young people ask questions, they meet the police force. So we have got the police force for the citizens and a police service that serves the elite. They even have found the weapon that murdered him. They have captured everybody else. But a year since young people were shot, no one has done anything. No one has said anything. So for us, we are pursuing national transformation. There will be no national transformation if William Ruto is the president. There will be no national transformation if any of those other legacy politicians are winning. It must be our generation. And we are going to pursue that particular end by all means. First of all, constitutional, but I wouldn't lie to you that that is the only option we are looking at. Any other option is on the table.
A very good morning to all of us. This is Panyamambo Kinupia. What has happened today is simple but significant. Young people have met. Young people have agreed to journey together. For a long time nyinyi wa Kenya mmekuwa mkituambia kwamba mnataka kuona a third alternative. Mmekuwa mkisema kila siku you are tired of the same recycled politicians. Here we are. Wa Kenya, we are offering ourselves to you as that third alternative that you have always been asking. And all we are telling you is we are coming to you. Unajua mmezoea kutuona kwa media. This is a different thing altogether. We are coming to a town near you. We are coming to a market near you. We are coming to a church near you. And for everybody who was saying, who is the third alternative? Here we are. So we have the Ruto regime. We have those people who are in the opposition. And then we have fresh, young leaders who are not tainted by any form of rubbish. And they are telling you, here we are, we want to work together. Wakenya na waomba, cha kwanza mtukubali. Cha pili mtushike mkono. We don't have Land Cruisers to come on top of. We don't have big speakers. We don't have money to splash. But we are coming to you as we are. And the reason we are coming to you as we are is because that is how you people are. You have been impoverished. A lot has been taken away from you. So we are coming to you as we are. So this here is not a press briefing. It's an opportunity to inform you that these young people are literally taking the battle to you. 290 constituencies, we want them. 1,450 wards, we want them. The Senate, we want the seats. And by the way, we're also going for the presidency. So if any other person had a question, the reason we are here is simple. We want the presidency, we want the whole 290 constituencies, and by the way, we want every other possible elective seat that we can get to go to young people who are progressive. Most finally, I've always said that the way a Kenyan buys a cow from the auction is more thorough than how they choose a leader. Yanauliza hii ng'ombe iko na kilo ngapi, ilidungwa shindano siku gani. They are very, very serious about how they buy the cow. But we are not serious about how we choose our leaders. And that's why we are coming together, because we want to speak to Kenyans. And we want to tell them this time round, we shall vet our leaders with the same measure we use to vet the cow that we buy from the auction. God bless Kenya. God bless the young people. Support us, and we shall not let you down.
Okay, to the members of the press, as you can see, today we stopped agonizing. We are organizing, and we are organizing to take power. And today is our first brainstorming meeting. We want to organize ourselves, come to the public, show who we are and what we want to advocate for. Because as a generation, we think that this is our moment and we need to take it back. We have been, nobody is new in Kenyan politics. These same people who are in the political space have been there since you were born. And each and every political election, they just change uniforms. They jump from this ship to the other. They don't have any meaningful agenda for this country. So it is us as a generation to take this moment and to drive our own agenda. And this is why we are meeting here today. The journey has just started, and we are going to hit the ground so hard, and we are sure there is no obstacle that is going to stand before this young generation. We are looking for all like-minded people. As you can see, we are sourcing for all like-minded people. This is an open forum. The mission we are going to set up is going to cover everybody for the benefit of our country. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Kwa sababu nimezungumza sana Kiingereza, labda tutasema machache kwa Kiswahili kwa ajili ya vituo vingine vya utangazaji. Siku ya leo vijana na wale wa Kenya wenye umri mdogo wameamua kukutana ili tuweze kuzungumza kuhusu mwelekeo wa taifa la Kenya. Kama nchi tuko kwenye jela. Tumekuwa tu na kazi ya kuchagua ni nani mlinzi wa hii jela. Lakini leo tunapanga mikakati na tumeamua vile ambavyo tutavunja milango ya hii jela. Jela ya uongozi mbaya, jela ya ufisadi, jela ya udanganyifu, jela ya uumizaji wa vijana pamoja na matatizo yote yanayotukabili ambayo ni kinyume na katiba ya Kenya. Ukiona sisi bwana Morara yuko hapa, tuko na Kasmuel Makoure, tuko na Arnold Maleba, tuko na Enju Mbuthia, tuko na bwana Gashie, tuko na bwana Nene na viongozi wengine, tuko na fanya mambo Kinuthia. Lengo letu ni kuwaita vijana wote waungane nasi. Mambo ya kwamba hatuna uongozi, tumeamua tuna uongozi na tuna mipango na mikakati. Usijali chama ambacho uko, miaka yako, lengo lako na nia yako ndiyo inafaa tuongoze namna ambavyo tutaweza kubadilisha Kenya. Kenya haitabadilishwa kwa kuchagua kati ya mwizi na mwizi zaidi. Kenya itabadilishwa kwa kuamua kwamba tutaamua na tubadilishe na kutukuamue Kenya tupeleke mbele. Kweli au uongo? Vijana mko? Tupo. Vijana tupo? Tupo. Tafadhali. Kama tuko ile yote and then Buluo any language other mother tongue.
No, I think sababu sisi ni vijana nafikiri tunaeleweka kwa Kiswahili na Kizungu. Na sitaki tuseme mambo mengi. Labda tutajibu maswali yote na leo tutajibu.
Questions will take in the next press. Thank you.
Hatutaweza kujibu maswali yote sasa.
Una swali moja?
Hata mimi nina swali. Ikishafunguka flow kwa maswali sasa si moja. Sasa ulizeni tu maswali.
We have time. Nyinyi ndio mko wanataka.
My name is Sidney Chazema. One question. I'm seeing faces I've seen before. You are from ODM. He's previously from UDA. You are also some time back aligned with William Ruto. And you are speaking to a constituent of the youth. And I believe that is your constituent. Let us be realistic. Politics is about game of interest. And I believe whenever that point comes, you will have to sit down and present something on the table. That something you're presenting on the table is that youth vote. And the youth vote right now is scattered. What I'm trying to see here is guys gathering together to try and amass that vote. And the question that is arising is, are you guys trying to sell the youth votes to the two guys you are saying are not the option?
No, now what I'm going to assure you straight from this meeting is that we are not meeting with the intention of supporting either the corrupt government or the crooked opposition. We are charting a new path for the youth, for ourselves. So anybody, any political alliance that is outside there, which belongs to the part of the corrupt government by William Ruto or the crooked opposition, should remember that we are not on sale and neither are the youth. We are going to take the positions of all the 290 constituencies are going to be youthful parliamentarians, because the problems we have in this country right now are actually stemming out of parliament. If parliament was working, we would not be having the problems that we have. The youth would not have to go on a demonstration, because it's parliament that's supposed to impeach a cabinet secretary. It is parliament that is supposed to impeach a president. It is parliament that's supposed to do all that work. So we are going to take over the governance institutions, not for anyone, but for the youth of Kenya. So we are not meeting for any other purpose, yes.
I have a question. My question is perhaps to Mr. Samuel Makoure and perhaps all these other members of the party. Madam, do you have the blessings of your party leaders, or are you perhaps grappled with the cause? And perhaps question number 2, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You haven't gained that power, but when you do gain it, it could corrupt you. So what answer do you have for this? And perhaps question, the last perhaps question is, the message you're passing is the same message I'm seeing Uhuru and Uhuru Kenyatta passing. Is it your message or is it their message? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. It is rather potent. We did not ask for anyone's permission to be born into this country. I did not ask for anyone's permission to turn 27 when I turned 27 last year. And I have stated it categorically. Anybody who stands in the way of us seeking justice for victims of police brutality, anyone who stands in the way of us pursuing corruption in this country, anybody who stands in the way of us seeking a good education for our siblings, we will not agree with. So these are not things we're asking for permission for. Anyone who stands in the way of devolution, we have said we are going to make these election issues. And I'm here to state it categorically, that even if my party leader suddenly says that he's standing in the way of devolution, if he suddenly starts saying that he is not interested in getting justice for victims of police brutality, we do not need the blessing. Because the things we are fighting for are our basic rights. So we are here to pursue that as our youth agenda. And I'm saying this quite confidently, knowing that my party leader sees everything that I say. So if I am anywhere out of turn, we will have to get to a moment of reckoning. That is one. But two, on us saying the things, the talking points are easy. Because right now we have a man who currently has a case in the appellate court, asking the court to reinstate him to the seat of the government that he is telling us is a very bad government. We were being led by the person who sold your grandmother fake fertilizer, mixed it with sand and cow dung, is the same person who's telling us that they are going to redeem us. The other person in your opposition that you're asking us to support is the person who oversaw the killing of the Kianjokoma twins in 2020. The people who meted out the highest amount of violence to us young people. If you can trust that person, certainly, I think you can and you ought to extend more grace to people who have not been tainted. Nobody here has a corruption case. The worst thing that these young men and women have done here is be so good at what they do that the praying political class has identified their talent. That's all you can blame them. All you can blame Maliba for is for being such an excellent communicator to the point where you thought the government was working. All you can blame anyone here for is excellence. So hold us accountable to that. Because if you try to hold me accountable with the person who's currently telling me to fight for my rights and he looted the country, I think we are being a bit unfair. And that's why we are starting this conversation. It will not be easy. Because I exist in a party that is 20 years old. She exists in a party that has been the ruling party. All these people here have been part of parties. And as you asked, that you have seen some of us were or are aligned to some of these things. And that's why this is the beginning of a conversation. That is why this is a movement. This is not a political party. And as difficult as it will be for us to unshackle ourselves, we are willing to pursue it to the very end. Asante.
Any other question?
Yes.
Question. My name is Angel Buthia. I chair the Jubilee Youth League and I sit in the National Executive Committee of Jubilee Party. It is my work. There's only one Jubilee and the court declared my party leader Uhuru Kenyatta and Jeremiah Kioni as the Secretary General, as it has been. And my work is to advise the leadership of Jubilee Party on youth matters. So the message Mr. Muhoho and Mr. Kenyatta are giving is a message I have given them. I am the one who has told them that these are the matters affecting the young people. We are being brutalized, we are being killed, arrested and abducted, or all of them, all the three at once, in that order. We've seen what has happened with Mheshimiwa Were, who is being buried today. Yes. And Parliament said that they will ensure that there will be CCTV cameras in CBD. But what happened when young people were killed on June 25th? They shut all the CCTV cameras that were around Parliament. We do not have footage that was being hosted by the buildings around Parliament. But when it is their own, they come together for such occasions. It is time young people stand with each other. You saw the other day on Labor Day, the Youth League of Kotu, you saw it, we all saw it. It is each generation for the other. Let us not be pushed to tribal cocoons. And the other thing, young people, it is not wrong to belong to a political party. We must become members of political parties. I am a member of Jubilee Party, and we have other parties represented here. Belong to a political party. You can take over the leadership positions in those political parties. They don't belong to anybody. You register them with the Registrar of Political Parties and they exist with constitutions that allows every other generation to come in. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Because after we declare our president a one-term president, we are going to change the Political Parties Act. We don't need presence in 24 counties so that you're registered. Or you need 500,000 Kenya shillings to just register a political party. These are some of the things that we must change, and we must come together to change them. Let us remember June 25th is coming, and the deaths of those young people must count for something. Thank you.
I think I wanted to address one question as we conclude. I've been told to conclude. We, as the young generation of this country, we have not come only to look for the youth vote. We are looking for the vote of every like-minded Kenyan, whether old or young, jobless or jobful, sick or alive, healthy or hungry. Umeshiba, unajaa, tunataka kukuomba. We are going to transform this country with your blessing. We are not going to give hollow promises. We are not going to take chances. We are not giving you a dime to throw for the luck that you get, for the bet that you put. It is not a bet. It is a projection of your investment of mind, vision and thought for the sake of transforming this country. We are not going to sit while they slaughter and give us only the horns and the tails, yet they eat everything within the cow. We must be the part of the person deliberating, deciding and distributing the cow, because it is our cow. It is not going to be their cow anymore, because Kenya is ours, and it is not going to belong to the money barons who have stolen from us simply because of the opportunities they had when we didn't have those opportunities. When our grandfathers didn't have those opportunities, they took all the land. When our grandfathers didn't have the opportunity, they threatened our grandfathers and they made them look like if they're young people and they're small. We are going to be big in our own making. And as a people, we must stand as one without division of any speculation or suspicions. We must stand beyond any generational divide and bring what is for us. Justice is all that we want, and freedom that is given in the Constitution, together with the rights that accrue in it, must be for us with reality and not a mirage that we have been pursuing to no end. We must get it now and not any other day. Mabadiliko ni sasa, kama sio sasa, ni sasa hivi. Asanteni sana.
Just as we finish, they have been asking, who are you people? We are prison break. We are breaking out of the prison that you have already known. And I want you Kenyans to be gracious with us. This is really, I'm begging you, be gracious with us. These young people here have their history, just like all of you. Hata nyinyi wengine wenye mko nyumbani, you voted for UDA, you voted for ODM, you voted for Jubilee, you are in something. But when young people decide to come together, do not start us off with a hammer. Be gracious to us and look at us as people who are willing to start a journey that many other people are not able to start. So Prison Break is here, and Prison Break is going to do great things together for the sake of our country. Asante.
Asanteni sana.
Unavunja jela.